Hello, friends, and welcome to Artifact Adventure Episode 18. We are coming close, ever closer, towards the end of this game. We're very powerful at this point, level 33, 34 area. So, I think it's time we show that hell beast who's boss. That's right, we're going to go back and challenge the hell beast. You might remember this guy from an earlier episode. Ugliest enemy, I think, in the game. Just kind of, spend a little bit of time looking at the sprite work here. I don't know if you call this sprite work. I guess you'd call this artwork. Or this enemy profile would be maybe a better term for it. Mouths on the hands. Mouths in the middle. Now, I was thinking about this, and this monster obviously looks different than pretty much anything we fought in this game at this point. The art style kind of matches the Guardians of the Towers. But I was thinking, what does this monster remind me of with the mouths on the knees, the hands, and in the middle of the face, but not the top of the face? You might have played Dragon Quest IV. The final boss in Dragon Quest IV has a similar look to this. The monster, those of you, I won't spoil obviously who the bad guy is at the end of Dragon Quest IV. Play it. It's on DS. The remake, I guess you call it the reimagining. Much better, I would say, version than the NES version. Although I grew up on the NES version and actually still own the NES cart. It's the only NES cart I still own. And I remember getting that game for Christmas. During the Super Nintendo era. Like, that game must have come out super late in the NES lifespan, because I'm pretty sure I got that game the same year I got a couple of the Super Nintendo games as well. So, just an amazing game. Totally worth checking out. Anyway, as you probably noticed, I've been sort of distracting you from this because I didn't want you to see just how badly we get our butts kicked. Still, we still get wiped by this guy. I almost can't believe it. Levels have gone up. We've gone up by like 10 levels since the first time we fought this guy. And he still manages to kick our butt. Now, I think I can probably take him at this level. I need a little bit of RN Jesus on my side. But I think I could probably still take him. But there's really no reason to beat him early. Like, as far as I know, I have no idea what he drops. The villagers tell you he swallowed one of their most powerful weapons, or their most powerful weapon, which is kind of a hint as to what he drops, but I don't want to spoil it. I end up thinking, if I can't fight that boss, let's go over here and fight this boss. These two optional bosses. We've got to be able to beat one of them, right? I mean, I think we're at the point where we're pretty much rounding out the end of the game. So I decided to fight the captain of the guard. You might remember this guy as the guy who also beat the crap out of us. He's a tough boss fight. The art style for this guy, I like. He's a little bit more human. He's got like a weird hunch to him, though. They talk of how he hurt his leg, or maybe it was his arm. I think it was his leg during the fight with the Swamp King, and that's why he can't continue to be the, soldier that he was before. He seems to be doing just fine, to be honest with you. He doesn't seem to have to worry about it. He's kind of like they got that Artorias thing going on. Those of you who've played Dark Souls will know of Artorias, of the Abyss, who can walk in the Abyss, and, he's very important to the lore of the game. But he also had a damaged arm, and perhaps a damaged leg, too. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. It's been a couple years since I played that game. But he could only use his offhand arm. And he still was one of the toughest bosses in the game. Just to show how much of a strong badass he was. Anyway, the captain of the guard posed no problem. Now, check this out. I slow it down here for you. Looks like you beat me. Not even the Swamp King will be able to stop you. Probably. I'm glad there's someone who could finally defeat me. Oh, here comes the reward. Give me the prize! Give me the prize! What? What? Years ago I served as a commander. The attack was This is the same stuff he said before! Anyone who can defeat me should be able to handle the Swamp King. You want to fight me? Dude! Optional boss, right? Real exciting time. His end loot? Nothing. No experience, no money, no item, no reward, no trophy, no, little key item like, oh, here's a star of honor for beating me. Nothing. This guy gives you nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Now, I don't want either of these relics. I think they're both kind of trashed here. I'm like, I got the money. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? I don't know. But they're all trashed here, artifacts, in my opinion. Most bosses, I imagine, can't be silenced. If you're going to waste a turn powering up your attack, you should probably use that turn to, like, power up your defense. Because in this game, you can get, like, one-shotted by some area of effect spells. So at this point, anyway, moving on. At this point, I decided to go back to the ice cave. We haven't completed this area yet. This guy, right? This guy, he was at the house. He was like, oh, you know, this is what the... Dude, we've already had, a massive exchange. So obviously the developer forgot to remove him from this area. Usually there's a flag, like, you know, okay, so this guy's now at the town. So now he's not here anymore. But he's at the guy's house. Hey, you did such a great thing by, you know, not accepting the reward and giving the guy the fruit to save his life. But he's also here. He's like, hey, I've heard that the fruit might be cursed. Or I heard the crystals might be cursed. You shouldn't eat the crystals. Maybe something bad will happen. Dude, you saw the curse. It's not like a maybe thing. So check this out. I'm hunting for a rare flower. They bloom somewhere deep in these caves. Oh, new area. It's a special flower. Despite never getting any light down here, it never withers. Sounds like the life flower. The flowers are through this door, but I can't get the blasted thing open. I wonder where the key is. Oh, so there you go. We've got a quest now to find the key. There's all these little inlets. Nothing so you can kind of search them. Obviously, here's the door that's locked. You might remember in the town, the Frost Town, there was a dude who said that he would make a powerful steroid. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. A powerful medicine. No, dude, you're making steroids that will increase your body's strength as well as the strength of your mind. I'll share it with you if you can find the flower. There's the switch. I don't know if the switch is always in the last one you search or if I just got really unlucky. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just I got unlucky. But in some games, you know, it's like, okay, search 3 and then the 4th one always has it. Door's open. New area. So, of course, gotta explore it. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. I think of it kind of like a fork. Like, if you imagine it from a top-down view, it kind of looks like a fork. With all the little, you know, shafts going up. Anyway, here we have another boss. You dare to trespass? No, no, no! Do not return. You can see the flower in the background there. I don't want to trespass. I just want to smell the roses, as they say. So let's heal up a little bit here. And let's take him on. Guardian attacks. Dun, dun. Bum, bum. So the Guardian here, 1,500 damage, 800. You know, you don't really realize it because it's so gradual. But since I'm doing these videos, of course, you know, I record them and then I commentate over them after I'm done with the editing. You don't realize just how strong your party gets. Because it's kind of gradual in-game. But when you go back and watch like 5 episodes back to back, it's amazing how quickly your party like just becomes beastly. Something happens. I'm not sure if it's the equipment, if it's the levels, but there's some crossing point. There's some threshold. It might have been when I started using the bows. That's when the threshold hit. Where all of a sudden, your damage is just like 4 digits all the time. Throughout the whole beginning of the game, the mage is like, he's your baller. You know, you take the mage with you because you need to do damage. You need to kill enemies, basically, to get experience. And the mage is proficient at doing that throughout the whole beginning and middle of the game. In the end game, it's all about the fighters. It's all about the warriors. It's all about the monk. It's all about the hitters, basically. So here we go. I'm thinking that there's got to be something going on with this flower. We did just fight the boss, but that doesn't mean, in this game, that doesn't mean that there's no boss moving forward. There's always the possibility for another boss. Now, we got to re-equip these arrows. When you are using the bow, that's the biggest complaint, is that you don't auto-use the arrows. If your stack falls down, if your quiver dries up, you gotta equip them manually. So inside the flower is a whole flower world, and you can't leave. You're stuck here forever. This is the end of the game. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Artifact in the middle. 3 people live on Flower Town. Or in Flower Town, I guess. How you live inside of a flower, I don't know. But you can't get near the artifact. So clearly we've got to interact with these people. Who should we talk to first? Apparently there's a queen and there's 2 stooges maybe. And not believe one who possessed the strength to defeat the guardians would ever appear. You've come to this dream world for the flower. The world is contained within the flower. If you were to pick it, this world would crumble. If you would agree to protect this world instead, you may use the Dream World store. Ooh. I shall gift you an artifact. Will you keep the secret? So I can use a special shop and an artifact? You know I'm a yes man. Doing whatever a yes can. Of course I'm going to say protect the world. I'm interested to know what happens if you don't. Feel free to visit our world whenever. I'll make sure the guardians let you through. Here's the artifact. Dun-dun-dun-dun! 20,000 experience. You get a lot of experience in this game from quests, which is really good. You hear the voice? Raijin's scream. My lightning shall burn your enemies to cinders. Nice use of varied vocabulary there. So we pick up Heaven's Wrath. Raijin's scream. Raijin, I think, I'm really kind of pulling from my video game knowledge. I usually think of Raijin as like a Pikachu that rides on top of lightning. I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of lightning deity. Maybe it's like a Ramut or something from a different set of legends. Anyway, it is huge damage. It's a shame. You get so many great spells in this game. You never really get to use them all. Because you don't sit there and micromanage, who's weak to what. You just hit everybody with whatever the auto attack does. Here we've got the store, and it sells all the light gear, which is actually... I don't want to come out and say it's the best gear in the game. It's probably the best set in the game. Because you don't really find anything better, You find the light stuff sometimes out in the wild. And by the way, there's also an inn here. Very cool, so you can heal right up. I spent a lot of time here trying to figure out what to buy. I sped it way up for you guys. This is like 4x. I don't remember if I did 4x. I might have done like 3x. Because I spent a lot of time kind of looking at these stats. And you can obviously take a look too. And if it's too fast for you, you can stop the video and kind of look through all the different stats here. But it's all good. It's all pretty much better than what we have. And it's all expensive as all heck. Remember way back, like 5 episodes ago, there was a man who wanted to sell me something for 150,000 gold. We're never going to have that much money. We're never going to save up that much money for him. Because there's all these amazing things you really want to buy. Also an Earth Shield we just bought. Or at least since we just bought. We might have just bought. I'm not sure if we bought that or if we already had it. The Light Shield. Way better than the Earth Shield. Why they put such trash tier loot next to such an amazing shop? I guess in case you say no, you won't protect the flower, and then that shop becomes inaccessible. So, another Jar Golem, of course. Another artifact. Wild Blizzard. All shall be cloaked in white. So we've got another ice magic here. We've been kind of stuck with the really crummy ice magic. The blue tier. I missed, and I don't know how, but I must have missed the middle ice spell. Because we've got the low and the high, but we've got nothing in the middle. Which is fine. I might have left it in a town and just didn't buy it or something. We've got like I was saying, we have so many attack spells, there's really no point in, wasting time thinking about what could have been. At this point, we're so buff. We're so powerful. So that's it. That's the Ice Cave finished. We end up not taking the flower, which I think was the right choice. In this episode, we pretty much finished the Ice Cave. We beat the captain of the guards. We realized we're not strong enough for the Hell Beast yet, but maybe with this light equipment, I want to call it white, this light equipment, we might be strong enough to take him on in the future, right? And the game is kind of winding down a bit. There's only a couple more places left to go. So look forward to our continued journey in the late game of Artifact Adventure. Until next time, friends, take care. Have a good one. Stay classy. And if you want to learn more about the game, scroll down. It's in the description below. Until then, friends, take care.